everyone, welcome to my podcast. Today I want to talk about very unusual and powerful book, The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. This story is famous all over the world, but it's not just about a man turning into an insect. It's actually a deep and emotional story about loneliness, family, and what it means to be human. When I started reading The Metamorphosis, it felt like entering a dark and strange dream. At first, the story seems like a fantasy about a man who suddenly wakes up as a bug. But very quickly, I realized that the real story is much sadder and more realistic. It's about isolation and how people can lose their value in the eyes of others. I felt incredibly lonely for Gregor, the main character. I connected with him because in today's world, people are often valued only for what they do or how much money they earn. When Gregor can no longer work or help his family, they slowly stop caring about him. For me, this was the most painful and shocking part of the story. Kafka's writing style is very simple but also very powerful. He writes about something impossible as if it's completely normal. There is no dramatic explanation or magic. Gregor wakes up as an insect and life simply continues. This makes the story even more disturbing and emotional. One thing that surprised me was how quickly Gregor's family became cruel. At the beginning, they seem worried about him, but later they treat him like a burden. This shows an important message. Sometimes love can be conditional, especially when people depend on someone for money or responsibility. If I could change the ending of story, I would not let Gregor die alone in the dusty room. Instead, I would give him another transformation. Maybe he will turn into a bird and finally fly away from his toxic family. That way, he could find freedom and peace. If this story become a movie, I will choose actors who can show deep emotional pain. For an international version, I would cast Rami Malek as Gregor because his eyes can express a lot of sadness and inner strength actually. For a Turkish version, Aras Bulsinemli would be perfect because he's very strong at showing psychological breakdowns. And for the father, Haluk Bilginer would capture the cold and frustrating authority of the character perfectly. Most books try to teach us how to be human, but Kafka does something different. He shows us what happens when a person is no longer treated like one, and that is what makes the Metamorphosis such a powerful and unforgettable book. Thank you for listening to my show today. If you want to explore the darker side of family, responsibility, and society, this is definitely a book you should read.